One of the most exciting and perhaps controversial developments in the world of work is performing our duties remotely. Irrespective of how you personally feel about the trend, working remotely, partially or wholly, is here to stay, at least in most companies. Something that started out as a necessity because of COVID-19 has become a widely accepted way of delivering work. This includes work from home, or even more broadly, work from anywhere, as long as you're connected to the internet and have access to a computing device. Hi, I'm Nikos Rosidis, CEO, management consultant, and author. This channel is devoted to raising your managerial competence, and each episode covers a core skill or competency. It has become commonly accepted that for most professions, especially knowledge workers, remote working is not only possible, but may lead to more productive and happy employees. As a result, millions of workers have now come to expect some degree of flexibility in their work arrangements, ranging from largely in-person office work to hybrid or entirely remote arrangements. And the adoption of remote work has appended commutes into city centers and has reshaped activities in many cities, especially metropolitan areas. So we now talk about remote work as being the new normal. Having reflected on this trend, my own conclusion is that there is no one-size-fits-all, but that some degree of flexibility is becoming the norm, especially in knowledge work. For some segments of the workforce, remote work is and will continue to be the preferred way of working. And organizations will need to accommodate this preference or exclude themselves from a potentially large talent pool, with clear implications on competitiveness. There are, of course, companies for which remote work was seen as a temporary necessity, only to be adopted in times of crisis. There are policy directives and work practices now mandate pre-COVID office hours and work practices. But those are now the exception rather than the rule. Ultimately, the choice depends on a variety of factors, some employee-related and others related to the organization. Here are my own conclusions. Number 1, different strokes for different folks. Depending on your job type, personality, and home circumstances, there may be a host of reasons why you may prefer one arrangement over another. A young parent with a child living in a central city flat may find this opportunity highly stressful when compared to a wealthy executive with a comfortable home office in a large suburban house and perhaps a nanny for the kids. Number 2, organizational cultures are diverse and have been formed over time through a variety of influences: the type of work and sector, the nature of customer interactions, and the style of senior management. Some cultures are simply not amenable to remote work, but they're probably becoming a minority or are forced to gradually change their philosophy and practices. Flexibility and choice are increasingly viewed as required conditions, and organizational cultures must adapt accordingly. Number 3, setting aside practical changes to people's routines, such as avoiding commutes and being able to better strike a work-life balance, there are also less tangible factors at play, such as a sense of autonomy and of being connected to things that really matter. For many such employees, returning to the office full-time is both unattractive and potentially deal-breaking. Finally, there's an environmental aspect to this, one that is very dear to my heart. Clearly, lifestyles of the past revolved around lengthy commutes to and from city centers, with millions of commuters clogging up highways or train and bus stations as they went to and from work. This is clearly not sustainable in a world confronting climate change and the growing desire to fashion a greener future. So remote work is here to stay for most of us, and organizations that fail to recognize its potency will experience increased attrition, as well as exclusion from talent pools that may be vital for your firm's competitiveness. This is a managerial issue that requires very careful deliberation as regards the trade-offs involved. The flexibility you allow to your team and the norms you establish around work processes are key to your organization's future as well as your own. So long for now, and see you in the next episode.